Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. There's some serious buzz swirling around the NFL right now, especially regarding a potential blockbuster move that could reshape the Giants, secondary, and frankly, the entire landscape of the NFC East. Rumors are heating up that the Denver Broncos might be open to trading Patrick Surtain, one of the league's top cornerbacks, to the Giants. This isn't just idle chatter. It's a strategic move that could have massive implications for the Giants' defense, their playoff chances, and their long-term aspirations, especially as they look to build a more formidable secondary and reinforce their defense after a tough season. Now, let's unpack what's really going on here. The Broncos, currently sitting at 7-7, are in a bit of a transition period. With a cap hit of around $22 million for Surtain, and a secondary that's been allowing roughly 220 yards through the air per game, Denver is facing some tough choices. They're also in need of cap space to address their quarterback situation in the offseason, especially with the looming need to upgrade at that position. Given these circumstances, trading Surtain could be a move to free up cap space and acquire draft picks or promising prospects. It's a gamble, but one that makes sense for a team trying to rebuild on the fly. But for the Giants, this potential trade is huge. Right now, their secondary ranks around 28th in the league for points allowed per game, giving up roughly 28 points on average. Their pass defense has been exposed, especially versus top-tier receivers. They've struggled to contain elite WRs, and that's a problem when facing teams like the Cowboys, who lit them up with 300 yards through the air in their last matchup. The addition of Surtain, who has been a shutdown corner, could change everything. He's the kind of player who can lock down WR1s like A.J. Brown, one of the most dangerous receivers in the league, and help the Giants establish a more aggressive, confident secondary. Looking at Surtain's performance this season, it's clear he's still at the top of his game. In 2025, he's been shining with a PFF grade of 92, which is elite. Over 11 games, he's allowed only 45% of the passes thrown his way to be completed, and he's snagged 2 interceptions. His EPA per target sits at 25, indicating he's a disruptive force on the field, and opposing quarterbacks tend to keep their distance, with an average separation of just 14 yards. Surtain has recorded 26 tackles, and he's been a lockdown presence in the Denver secondary, which has allowed about 250 yards passing per game. His career stats are even more impressive. Over 76 games, he's accumulated 198 tackles, 12 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. His missed tackle rate is just 5.2%, showing he's reliable and technically sound. One key aspect of this potential move is how Surtain could elevate the Giants' entire defense. Historically, he's been compared to players like Stephon Gilmore, and the impact of acquiring a player of his caliber can't be overstated. Just look at what a similar move did for the Rams back in 2019 when they traded for Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey's addition immediately boosted the Rams' secondary, adding 4 more interceptions that season and helping them reach the Super Bowl. If Surtain joins the Giants, the same kind of boost could happen, a transformation into a top-tier pass defense that can shut down even the most prolific offenses. Now, let's also consider the flip side. The Broncos, with a record of 7-7, are in a tough spot cap-wise and need to make some tough decisions. They're paying Surtain around $22 million a year, and with their secondary allowing 220 yards per game, they're in a position where they might prioritize cap relief over keeping a star corner. Trading Surtain could be a controversial move, especially for a team that's trying to stay competitive. But if they're looking to rebuild and acquire draft capital, making a deal makes sense. Plus, with a focus on offense in the offseason, they might prefer to start fresh on defense, especially if they're eyeing younger prospects or more cap-friendly players. For the Giants, acquiring Surtain isn't just about improving their secondary for the immediate future. It's about establishing a foundation for their defense to be elite for years to come. Pairing him with someone like Banks, who's been showing flashes of becoming a reliable corner himself, can turn this unit into one of the league's best. Sirtin's presence would allow the Giants to be more aggressive in coverage, especially against top receivers, and give their pass rush more time to get to the quarterback without constant worry about big plays through the air. The impact on the Giants' rebuild could be seismic. Right now, they're struggling with a secondary that allows 28 points per game and a passing defense that's been exploited by the league's best. But adding Sirtin, with his ability to shut down WR1s and be a true lockdown corner, can elevate their entire game plan. It would give the coaching staff more confidence to dial up blitzes and more freedom for safeties to roam closer to the line of scrimmage, knowing their cornerback can handle the top receivers. And let's not forget the playoff picture. The Giants, with their 2-11 record, are currently out of playoff contention, but that's not the goal. The goal is to build a team that can contend next season and beyond. If they manage to land Sirtin, it could be a game changer for their defensive dominance in the NFC East, especially considering the division's recent offensive firepower. The NFC East has become a battleground of high-scoring games, and a lockdown corner like Sirtin could be the piece that pushes the Giants from rebuilding to contending mode. Looking ahead to Super Bowl LXI, the odds for the Giants are currently long around plus 50-0, but with a move like this, that could change. Imagine Sirtin X-Factor coverage in the playoffs, shutting down deep threats and giving the Giants a real shot at making a deep run. It would be reminiscent of some of the best secondary upgrades in recent history, like when the Ravens boosted their secondary in 2023, elevating their playoff chances significantly. If the Giants can pull this off, it could boost their odds from plus 50, 0 all the way down to a much more respectable figure, maybe even in the plus 10, 0 range, signaling that they're a team to watch in the NFC. In conclusion, this trade could be a pivotal moment for the Giants, secondary, and their entire franchise direction. Sirtin's elite coverage skills, combined with the right coaching and complementary players like Banks, could be the foundation for a top 10 defense that not only makes the playoffs, but makes a real Super Bowl push. The Giants have already shown signs of improvement this season, and adding a player of Sirtin's caliber could be the final piece that turns their rebuild into a dynasty. It's an intriguing, high-stakes gamble that could redefine the Meadowlands landscape for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Giants fans, what do you think? Are you excited about the possibility of adding Patrick Surtain II to our roster? Do you believe this move could finally give the Giants a lockdown corner and propel them into serious playoff contention? Or do you think Denver might hold on to him, betting on their remaining games? Personally, I see this as a game-changing opportunity, a move that could elevate the Giants from a rebuilding team to a legitimate NFC contender. We've seen the impact elite cornerbacks can have on a franchise, and Sirtin's skill set fits right into what we need. A shutdown corner who can neutralize the league's best WRs and give our defense the confidence to take risks and create turnovers. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants as a whole. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Giants news. We're in this together and the future looks bright if we make the right moves. Let's keep the passion alive and continue supporting our team through thick and thin. Thanks for checking out this deep dive, and as always, let's go Giants.